Hello, folks. Good evening. This is Chris live in central Pennsylvania. We're approaching hour zero or D hour or whatever. The final checks now going through at NASA for its DART mission, the double. Oh, geez, my goodness. This is an amazing stuff here. Sorry, I'm a little excited about it here. This is the Double Asteroid Redirection Test. It's an on-orbit demonstration of asteroid deflection. It's a key test for NASA and the U.S. Space Agency. For a U.S. Space Force, and among others, DART mission is NASA's demonstration of kinetic impactor technology, hitting an asteroid to adjust its speed and path. It's a binary asteroid with two asteroids, the smaller one, of course, being the one they're actually going after here. This is something else. Yeah, now let me talk a little bit about what's going on here. This is a live feed from NASA you're seeing on the screen behind me of the actual DART approaching this asteroid binary system. You can just now start to make out the smaller asteroids at about the 1 o'clock position on the image. Very difficult to see, but it's getting closer. This will occur at 7:14 Eastern Standard Time, provided they can hit this small target, which is no larger or wider than the Washington Monument. It is a very small object. We can see it now. They're on track to approach it just a short time away, folks. This is the actual onboard camera. Let me talk very quickly about that. At 7:14, the DART spacecraft is slated. Can people hear me all right? Make sure everyone can hear me all right. Is my microphone working there? I can't find my microphone. There it is. Looks like it's working. Okay. I see nobody in the chat. Just Valerie was here. So hopefully somebody's in the chat can tell me they can hear me. But at 7:14, which is just 14 and 12, 26 minutes away, the DART spacecraft is slated to intentionally crash into the smaller of the asteroids, Dimorphos. This will be delayed due to the time it takes for images to arrive to Earth, but we will get the images coming back sometime after that, plus additional time to feed the images to various platforms. So we'll see what happens. But after impact, thank you, Valerie. After impact, the feed will turn black because there'll be no signal. The camera will slam into the asteroid. About 2 minutes after that, stream will turn into a replay showing the final moments leading up to the impact. So you're going to see that replay of the collision on here. It's a spacecraft designed to impact an asteroid as a test of technology. This is a proof of concept. DART's target asteroid is not a threat to the Earth. According to NASA, this thing has no snowball's chance in hell of actually threatening Earth where it's at. But this is an effort to test crashing a spacecraft, kind of like the movie Armageddon with Harry Stamper drilling to that depth on that hard piece of rock as it approached Earth. That's what we got going on here, folks. We're getting close here. It has a camera called the Draco camera, and that's what we're talking about that's actually making it possible for what's happening here. Oops, they're moving filters in here now. That's not me. That's NASA playing around with it, trying to change the view here. So, remember the movies Deep Impact and Armageddon? Yeah, well, this is the real thing here, folks. This is the actual real thing. The Navigator system locked on to Dimorphos last night. Or excuse me, not last night, as about 16 minutes ago. 16 minutes ago. So 16 minutes ago, the nav system locked onto the target, and we are ready for this. Yep. Now, this technology used Jupiter and its 4 moons for an assist on this puppy. This mission launched last year. So NASA is very optimistic that this is going to be a success, but we won't know immediately. But we will see the crash when the data comes back here. This is something else. The DART mission, or Double Asteroid Redirection Test, is 7:14, folks, now just 25 minutes away. It launched 10 months ago, and they'll attempt to affect the motion of this asteroid in space. Yep. It's headed for Dimorphos, a small moon orbiting a near-Earth asteroid, Didymos. There you go. Impact is on its way. So looking forward to this. Now I'm going to switch the feed. This is the actual camera feed. I'll come back to. I'm going to go over to the NASA feed from the studio with their woke audience. Let me see if I can go ahead and get those guys up in just a moment here. Let me turn off this very quickly, and then I'll get them set up. Give me a second here, folks. All right, so let me switch over to some of the challenges that they're facing. Here, let's hear what they've got to say. What uncertainty exists?
So what's really interesting is that until just, even a few minutes ago, I feel like we're just getting our
16 minutes ago
at Dimorphos.
Dr.
And so we
Dawn
have absolutely
Graninger.
no idea what we're going to be impacting into. It could be covered in rubble pile. It could be just a completely different shape. We don't know until we really write up on that impact.
And the camera is live off of the actual spaceship on the left-hand side.
Really makes tonight so exciting.
What did I tell you?
Tom,
woke,
could you
woke.
expand a little bit more on
We finally found a old white guy here.
Information in the future if all goes successfully?
Well, this test is really important to understand how we might be able to deflect asteroids in the future. And when we measure,
I have no idea where you'll be able to see it in the sky valley. I don't think you'll be able to see it simply too far away.
And we will understand how the asteroid reacted to
22 minutes, 30 seconds to impact.
And then as we get deeper understanding into exactly what the geology was of that asteroid, that's the basic information that's going to help us refine our physics understanding of asteroids and our ability to compute and predict, like Dawn does, run these fantastic codes and extend this knowledge to really have a good plan for how we might react if we ever do discover a dangerous asteroid that is different from Dimorphos.
Well, hey, I mean, it's better to be safe than sorry. So it sounds like y'all's party is really
better
just
be
getting
scientific
started
than woke,
after
but hey,
impact.
that's NASA.
So
It's woke.
Congratulations on your success so far. It has been a pleasure. Thank you
can
so
now
much.
see it just above the left-hand corner of my
Now,
image,
any
the
second,
smaller
we
asteroid.
should be learning if DART has a precision lock on its target Dimorphos.
It does.
This is a key milestone critical to Ignite's success.
Oh, the target
Samson,
lock, precision
mission
lock is next.
operations must be buzzing. How are things going?
Hey, Tahira. The energy
so
is
woke.
indeed electric, and the team is
Yeah, look how excited it
hyper-focused.
looks in the
You can hear a
mission
pin
control
drop
there.
right now as we're coming up on the critical 20-minute mark from impact, and expecting to hear from the team that SmartNav is now precision.
Oh, look at that excitement. They're dancing in the studio. Johns Hopkins in Laurel, Maryland. Not.
Only Dimorphos from here on
John
out.
Hopkins Applied
Why?
Physics
SmartNav
Laboratory is located in
SmartNav
Laurel,
has full
Maryland, just
confidence
below
that
Fort
we're in
Meade.
fact tracking Dimorphos, and so we want to remove any confusion by continuing to track Didymos. Because what could happen with Didymos
Didymos,
is
not
that shape could be
Didymos.
such that there's a lot of shadowing, which could make it seem in the Draco imagery like multiple blobs, as the team likes to call them. And we don't want SmartNav to mistake any of those blobs for Dimorphos, so we're doing away with tracking Didymos altogether. We are waiting for that announcement of precision lock. All right, we're about to hear from the team. Actually, we have some time.
We're not going to hear from the
until
team.
we hear that.
See, you can go woke, you can get people qualified to know what they're talking about here. We're 19 minutes and 31 seconds away from impact here, folks, for NASA's first planetary defense mission test ever. This mission launched on November 24th last year. It was scheduled for the 23rd. Impact is today on the 26th. Let's see if I can get this up. Oh, that's, I'm hearing nothing going on there. That's well done, NASA. This is what happens when they go woke. Anyway.
And now let's listen in for that confirmation of precision lock.
All right, we expect to be in precision lock soon.
Any moment now, looking for precision lock. I'm going to bring up a diagram of how this mission looks. I hear nothing. You guys hear anything? I'm hearing nothing from NASA. It's just moments away here. We're down to about 1934. Waiting to see if we have success here.
We are waiting for confirmation of precision lock.
That's what the actual looks like. They're going to hit the impact of Dimorphos. Didymos is up there. That's the DART satellite. We'll
Go ahead,
right into it.
SN5.
We are precision locked.
Precision
Still
locked.
tracking
Success.
Dimorphos.
Yes.
All right. Congratulations to NASA. Precision locked onto the smaller of the asteroids, which is becoming larger on the screen there. Precision locked. Only a few obstacles still remaining there, folks. Precision lock now as we approach 1850 before impact here with this satellite binary system out there in space. Let me just go ahead and give you a little bit more information on this particular mission so you're familiar with it. DART is a binary asteroid system with Didymos, which means twin in Greek, and the word double coming from the mission comes from it. Didymos is, according to NASA, an ideal candidate for humankind's first planetary defense experiment, although it's not on a path to collide with Earth and therefore poses no actual threat to the planet. The system is composed of two asteroids, a larger Didymos, which is 780 meters or nearly half a mile, and the smaller Moonlet, which is the one we're targeting, 160 meters or 524 feet. That orbits the larger one. The orbital period for Dimorphos around Didymos is 11 hours 55 minutes, and the separation between the two centers of the asteroids is about 3/4 of a mile, a little over 1 kilometer. That's not much space. This is like threading a needle here, folks. The DART spacecraft will impact Didymos nearly head-on, shortening the time it takes a small asteroid to orbit Didymos by several minutes. Now, the system is an eclipsing binary as viewed from Earth, meaning that Dimorphos passes in front of and behind Dynamos as it orbits a larger asteroid as seen from Earth. Consequently, Earth-based telescopes can measure the regular variation in the brightness of the combined system to determine the orbit of Dimorphos. After the impact, the same technique will reveal the change in the orbit of Dimorphos by comparison measurements prior to the impact. The timing of the DART impact today was chosen to be when the distance between Earth and Dynamos is minimized to enable the highest quality telescopic observations. Now, it'll be roughly 11 million kilometers from Earth, or 7 million miles at the time of the impact, but telescopes across the world will be able to contribute to the Global International Observing Campaign, so you will be able to see it with telescopes tonight, folks. Yep, DART is a spacecraft designed to impact the asteroid as a test of technology. It's proof of concept. Yep, it is a proof of concept, folks. That's what we're talking about here with this DART mission, and we are just 17 minutes away now from the actual impact. You can see that the asteroids are getting closer as the DART spacecraft carries on towards it. Welcome back to Woke NASA. Let's see what they've got to say, Miss Bubbly here.
On target Dimorphos. Now, we have a fun way for you to join our mission, and it is by signing up to be a planetary defender.
Yeah.
Visit bity.com/planetary defender. Take the quiz and receive a certificate like this one. Now, once it's official, show us on social media using the hashtag Planetary Defender.
Bit.ly.com,
Now,
Planetary Defender.
telescopes from around the world are observing tonight's impact to ensure that how successful we are at changing the asteroid's
It
orbit.
is scary
They'll be
and
measuring
cool.
this success. And you may be wondering, how does that happen? Let's go behind the scenes with astronomer Nick Moskovitz at Lowell Observatory, home to the telescope that discovered Pluto, to see what's in store for DART.
All right, I'm going to turn this portion off here.
This is Lowell Observatory. Lowell is one of many observatories around the world that will be observing
Lowell
the
will
DART
be
impact. NASA's first ever planetary defense test mission to see how much a spacecraft impact can deflect an asteroid in its orbit. This is where Pluto...
So I don't understand, Folagante, you stole this NASA. What, you mean I stole it from NASA? No, I'm a taxpayer. I'm paying for this broadcast. I'm not stealing anything. Anyway, so here we go. As we approach now down to 16 minutes and 40 seconds, you can clearly see the smaller of the two asteroids as it approaches, folks. And we are going to get closer and closer. This is an unbelievable event. The first ever planetary defense mission to see if we can actually divert. It's kind of like the movie Deep Impact. Not really, more like the movie Armageddon with Harry Stamper. Yep. Now, it has a Draco camera on it. That camera is going to be active all the way up until the moment of impact on the smaller asteroid. And this will be just 11 million kilometers from Earth. People without sight, although it's not dark here on the East Coast of the United States, so perhaps folks in Europe may have a better opportunity to see this than we do, but it's not dark here, and it will not be dark in the next 11 minutes. So there you have it, folks. 15 minutes, 54 seconds, according to this, until impact. But now 14 minutes until actual impact on my clock. You can see it's getting quite big now, and we're rapidly going to see the size of this binary asteroid system increase on the screen there. This is from the Draco forward view camera here. Yeah, and that's what we're looking at. Let me just bring it up once again, show you what the mission looks like. This is the DART mission as an artist rendition for the Double Asteroid Redirection Test. You've got Dynamos circled by a smaller moonlet or asteroidlet there, Dimorphos, and DART is headed towards the smaller one. Going to hit it dead center. If things go well, we have target lock. It was locked in a short while ago, and we are waiting to see. You hope it fails. Or NASA stole this from Armageddon. Is that what you mean? Yeah. Anyway, so we are getting close here, folks. You notice it's getting bigger on the screen there. And even for those of you watching this on a mobile phone, you should be able now clearly to pick out the little dot that is the smaller of the two asteroids, which, of course, is Dimorphos. Dimorphos is the smaller of the two. Dynamos is the twin, which is the name for this binary asteroid system that is approaching Earth. 11 million kilometers or 7 million miles from the surface of the planet, and we are coming up on the impact, which is getting very close here, ladies and gentlemen. As we get closer into the impact, I will continue to come back to this camera. It says we have 14 minutes and 24 seconds, but it's now 1 minute after 7, presuming that my time is atomic time is set correctly. But anyway, stick with us, and we got it coming up here, folks. We have got it coming up. Okay, so yeah, this one has no sound to it, of course, because it is coming from the spacecraft, which will provide no sound. This is yet another incredible scientific development by the United States. Of course, we've had some incredible things happen in the past couple of years, not the least of which was the James Webb Space Telescope, which we launched earlier this year, bringing back unbelievable images of the early universe out at its position at the Lagrange 2 point. Now you can see it getting closer and closer here. 13 minutes. I'm going to go off of that and bring the woke NASA team back up here, and then I'll come back in as we get close. Now, they'll have it on their screen as well, so maybe I'll stick with that. We'll see which is the better view, but for now, I think I'm just going to come back to this one, and that's the plan anyway. So let me just switch back to the other, and they're doing some animation here to show us what's going on. Let's take a look at that and see what they've got to say.
Such a singular experiment, using the ground-based telescopes like this one and others around the world to watch the systems and see how it's affected by this impact event, because that's really what's going to give us the answer to what did DART do at the time of impact.
He looks like an astronomer.
It will be exciting to see how that evolves over the days and weeks following that impact.
So there you have it. That's from...
All right.
Oh, look, it's
After
Bubbles.
a
She's back.
10-month, 470 million mile journey, DART is just minutes away from making history. A truly global
already
effort.
made history.
This mission has brought together people from around the world, united under one goal: to find a way to protect humanity
It's a
from a
NASA
hazardous
mission, but of course we have to give the
if
world
one
credit
were ever
for it once
discovered.
again.
Now, usually
We pay
NASA
for it as
spacecraft are
taxpayers, not the
intended to
world.
operate for many years or even decades, but not DART. DART was built to be destroyed.
Yep.
DART is a mission of firsts, proving that a spacecraft can autonomously seek, find, and approach a target in space that's so far away we don't even know what it looks like. It also marks the first time humanity will have moved a planetary body in the universe. I said that correctly. Now, at this point,
Oh my goodness,
the
don't have an
spacecraft
orgasm
is
there, sweetheart.
controlling itself, making small maneuvers to ensure it's lined up with its target. DART is speeding through space and will cover the last 4 miles of its journey in just 1 second. Coming up, we'll hear the final updates from mission operators and witness the big moment live from space. Samson, you have the best seat in the house. How are we looking?
You're right, Tahira. Front row tickets to the biggest event in town, and things are looking good. We
They're
are
looking
T-minus
so good.
10 minutes to impact,
It's
and DART
fabulous.
is precision locked onto Dimorphos and
Precision locked
zooming
on the
down the home
Dimorphos.
stretch.
It's
Now we have a
wonderful.
lot to cover in the time we have left, and I'm thrilled to have with me
So
Lori
thrilled.
Glaze, director of NASA's Planetary Science
Another
Division,
director who's a
with
lady.
me for the ride. Lori, such a pleasure to have you.
Yes, he's
Oh
so
my gosh,
excited.
I'm so excited to be here.
I told
and
you
really
she was
happy
so
that
excited.
We are here in this final 10 minutes. We are almost there.
Oh, it's so
Well,
close.
You were just in the thick of it.
Just in the
with
thick of
the
things.
team up until a few minutes ago. What is the atmosphere like in there? I can
Oh,
only
good
imagine.
Lord. I can only imagine how annoying this is, folks. Yeah, I'm just going to turn that off for a few minutes. You guys can't hear it now. I can hear it. Oh, we are getting close. Let me bring back the other camera angle here from the actual DART craft. Here we go. Look at that. Look at, you can see it now. Look at it. We're getting close. 10 minutes, 42 seconds left. 10 minutes, 42 seconds left. Hello, Myra. Welcome to you. Wow, we just lost half our audience, or a third of audience. What happened there? Including NASA's woke broadcast team performing just as expected. We are down to the final 10 minutes and counting, folks, to impact. This is technically, literally, a deep impact way out in space, 11 million kilometers, 7 million miles. Now, the actual camera is the one in the upper right above my head, but the enhanced blow-up image is the one on the left, bringing it in. So 10 minutes, we're under 10 minutes now, 9 minutes and 53 seconds until impact. Signal looking good here, and we have target lock, and we are waiting for this. For those who are wondering what's going on here, folks, we are just under 10 minutes away from an impact of the DART satellite into the Dimorphos asteroid. It's a binary asteroid. And you can see the original orbit is that light blue in this image here. And after we strike it, it's going to push it in and pick up the speed, and it'll go in a new orbit. That's the plan. Actually, it's going to slow the speed down, I guess, because it's still going the same direction. Yep, so there you go. Going to strike this thing head on. change the orbit. So the attempt here is for planetary defense. It's the first ever proof of concept to see that if we can actually pull this off as human beings in case in the future some life-destroying asteroid is bound for the planet. That's what we're trying to do here, folks. After 5 minutes before they make impact, they can change nothing. So they have 3 minutes left to make changes in this mission. So we are pretty much locked into what's going to happen here in the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you can imagine. I'm really excited about it, and I've been engaged with this mission for the last 4.5 years that I've been in my current role. Even though it's only been a year. But this team has been working so hard on this for so many years, and they've put so much of their energy and their time into this, and so much planning and rehearsing,
seconds.
and it's a really big event for them to, like you say, just counting down and watching. At this point, there's not much else they can do but watch and see the fruits of all their work.
Well, we'll see if it pays off for them. In the next 7 minutes and 57 seconds, folks, it's getting close now. You can see that image getting larger. This is a very exciting moment here in astronomy and in space exploration. Let's see what happens here if NASA is able to pull this off. They are basically trying to thread a needle here. This is an object just a few hundred feet across, and it is 7 million miles away from Earth, and this satellite is headed towards it. This takes incredibly accurate calculations and mathematics here, folks. We have 7 minutes and 16 seconds. We are close. We are looking at history in the making here, ladies and gentlemen. History in the making. Thanks to the 10 people who did tune in here. Sorry we lost some of the 12. Shame they left, but hey, that's life. Don't have quite the hundreds of thousands that NASA has going for this broadcast. But you can see it's getting very close now, just a matter of minutes away. 6.5 minutes left before we get there, folks. 6:30 now, and you can see it becoming quite large. It's quite clear the smaller of the asteroids. Dimorphos, there it is right there before impact. That's the artist rendition. Good morning, CB. We are just over 6 minutes away. We are a minute and 20 seconds before any more directions can be given to the aircraft, to the spacecraft, I should say. Yep, and the team is currently just watching the same thing we're watching, folks. It's a 38-second lag because of the distance. So it's 38 seconds behind because of the distance from Earth. We're down less than a minute, and they won't be able to make any changes to the mission here, folks. Less than 1 minute away from making any changes. So we're coming up on that here shortly. And you can see it's getting larger and larger on your screen right there. And we are at 5 minutes and 38 seconds.
5 minutes till impact. We are at 1,100 miles away.
5 minutes to impact, even though it says 5:30 here because it's 38 seconds behind the feed. So just 5 minutes. No more changes
Also,
can be
our
made
window
in the
for sending
spacecraft.
Any commands to the spacecraft is done.
Done. It's good luck now. Fingers crossed, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing NASA can do now. It's all on its own. Does it hit? Does it miss? Is it off mark? We'll see.
This is a great vibe in that mission.
And the 38-second delay has us down now almost to 5 minutes and counting. With a 38-second delay, 5 minutes now. Mark.
I'm honing in, looking at these images as we get closer and closer, and you look at Dimorphos, and just you're starting to see this physical body appear.
Yeah,
there.
it's getting
Incredible.
closer.
Just incredible.
Great.
I'm still having a hard time believing
This is CGI now.
real imagery
Space is
coming in
huge,
real
Myra.
time.
It's huge.
Yeah, but you've been watching it over the last,
It's
30, 45 minutes go from just being a collection of
incalculably large
individual
spaces.
pixels, and
You
now
can
you
find
can
parts of
actually
space
see the
where
shape
everything's
and
completely dark.
the shading and texture of Dimorphos.
If it's
and we're
CGI,
going to see
it's
that
very
same
poor
thing
CGI.
with Dimorphos as we get closer and
It
closer.
will get better and better as we get
so
closer.
cool.
I wonder at what point we won't be able to see the larger asteroid, probably the last couple moments, but we're still 4 minutes away, and it's about to disappear off the screen if they can't adjust the camera. So at some point we're going to lose the parent asteroid here. At least that's my anticipation. 4 minutes and 4 minutes mark. 4 minutes. Now remember, it's 38 seconds behind the data, so it's already 3 minutes and 28 seconds, not 4 minutes. So close.
Appreciate this.
So close.
Yeah, and they've earned this. It's just
we
great
are
to see
close,
them there.
folks. Here. Another cheap NASA animation,
so
says
cool.
Endo.
Lori, we hit another major milestone.
Well, this
We are
can be
now
seen by
2
Earth-based
minutes
telescopes.
and a
It's
half
just
from impact,
starting
and
to get
SmartNet
dark
has
here on the
stopped
East Coast of the United
maneuvering the
States, but still too
spacecraft.
much light.
DART is now
Take
coasting
very good
toward
telescopes.
Dimorphos, and we hope into the
3:30 from impact, which is actually less than 3 minutes
Absolutely.
now.
This
Look at
will
that.
be,
You can
I'm
see how
sure
close
you've
the two
heard
of them
it
are
many
now.
times tonight, humanity's first ever
Planetary defense.
ever attempt at trying to move another celestial body,
should be
and
stopping
also our
SmartNet
first
to do
attempt
this
ever
in
to
about
execute a mission in sole purpose of planetary defense.
That's
So
what this is, planetary defense,
an
folks,
exciting,
by
exciting
NASA,
time.
not by China,
Yeah, and I'm
but by
starting to see
NASA.
Dimorphos start to come into view there. You can see it
Look,
starting to
about
take
to
shape.
lose
I'm
the
starting to
larger
see
of the two.
individual boulders on
Very quickly,
Dimorphos.
once again, we're down to 3 minutes, under 3
Unbelievable
minutes. Very quickly, this is what the mission looks like.
clarity of
Didymos,
images there.
which is the parent, and Dimorphos, the one we're trying to strike with DART.
All right.
And it just, here we go. See, it's
All eyes
disappearing.
on this event, space telescopes, ground telescopes from every continent on Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down to 2 minutes.
All right.
2 minutes to impact.
2 minutes out.
We are
Not
2
look
minutes
like
away.
One single rock to me.
Oh boy, we're getting close.
Notice how it's disappearing in the bottom left-hand
14,000
corner there
miles per hour
of that
line.
blow up.
14,000 miles per hour, and remember,
14,000 miles per hour. Wow.
45 minutes ago, 55 minutes ago, we couldn't even resolve this object in space, and now
we're right
we
on top of
are,
it.
You can see us zeroing in right on target.
And
Look
we're
at
now
this.
dropping the clock, and we'll go by loss of signal to confirm impact.
Okay, we're going to go by
Right.
loss of signal.
Yes.
So less than
Imagine
2
we'll
minutes.
get that loss of signal, and then we'll hear from Lena Adams again.
This is historic,
letting
ladies and
us
gentlemen.
know that
I
we've
feel like
been
we'll know. I feel
successful.
like we'll be a
154, but that's 38 seconds behind.
signal.
I'll tell you when it's 1 minute out,
I
folks.
think we're starting to see
In 10
more,
seconds, it'll be 1 minute from impact.
more resolution. In fact, look at that. Didymos has even gone out of the view. We're now just seeing Dimorphos.
And it is 1 minute from
This
impact
is
now.
remarkable
1 minute from impact, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Here's the death ride
Oh my goodness.
of DART.
Looks like control system settling down. Angular rates look really good. I think we're going to get the investigation team some good pictures.
All right, the image will go black when the strike
Wow.
occurs, folks. And then they're going to replay it for us.
No, come on. We can do better than that.
Starting to see those individual boulders there. You
Look
can
at
see
that,
shadows.
folks. You can actually see
various
it.
rocks on the surface.
We are just moments away from impact.
It's amazing, guys.
Now, you won't
Oh
hear
my
anything,
goodness.
Valerie,
Look at that.
because it's just a camera without audio.
Yeah. Looks to me like we're headed straight in.
Looks good. We are down to just seconds away. Just seconds away. About 15 seconds from impact, folks. 15 seconds from impact.
Oh, wow.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7,
Oh my goodness.
6,
Yeah.
5,
Six.
4,
Wow.
3, 2, 1. Should be impact. We have a 38-second delay on the camera. It should have impacted now. It has impacted on the asteroid, folks. We're waiting for the images come at 38 seconds behind. You'll see it delayed now as the messages transmit to Earth. Coming up in just 26 seconds here. We are going to hit this thing head on. Look at that nasty looking ball.
And we have impact.
They have impact, and here we go. Look at this, folks. Look at this. Seconds away. 14 seconds from impact on the delay.
Oh, fantastic.
Here we go. Here it is, the moment of impact.
What?
Oh my
What a
goodness.
moment.
You
Very
hit a
few
rock
words
head
can
on
really
there.
capture this moment. This is
And that's it.
beautiful
Loss
to
of
watch.
signal. That's loss of signal. The DART mission is successful. It has struck the asteroid. Again, 38 seconds behind is the video feed. So, wow, ladies and gentlemen.
Amazing.
What a team.
Ladies and gentlemen,
What
what
a team, what
exciting
an
stuff here.
accomplishment.
That's loss of
Team.
signal. They're going to
2 weeks
rewind
ago,
this,
They had their last dress rehearsal.
and we're going to take a look at it.
They were getting emotional at the dress rehearsal. They're
That
like,
was
this is crazy. We're
actually,
getting emotional. This is
wow,
not the real
here's
thing.
the
I can only imagine
reaction
what they are
in
feeling right now.
NASA's JPL, APL, Applied Physics Laboratory in
You
Laurel,
can see them
Maryland.
there on screen. They're all pretty excited.
The impact did occur as projected, as planned by NASA. Once again, incredible
Hearing impact,
mathematics.
the
It is
curtains
mind-blowing.
close on Draco
Think
Field.
about this. An object
That
that's
raw
no
joy
larger or
from the
wider
team.
than
Years
the
of hard
Washington
work and the weight of
Monument.
expectation
7
lifted
million
off their
miles from
shoulders.
Earth. We
This
launched
is-
this thing a year ago. It traveled 4 million 400 million miles to get to this thing. It's crazy. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the Applied Physics Laboratory in Laurel, Maryland. People quite excited. You see the red screen there. That was loss of signal. They're supposed to rewind this and let us see once again what's happening there, and waiting for that to happen here. Pretty exciting stuff, ladies and gentlemen.
One of my favorite missions. Now is when the science starts. It just starts.
Oh, the science has been going all along. What's with this guy and his stupid mohawk?
Now we're going to see for real how effective we were. We're going to train all of those.
Looked pretty effective to me.
Telescopes on.
Notice the social distancing and the mask wearing taking place. Oh wait, Joe said it's all over, so it's okay.
Determine just how what it
was
looks like
unbelievable
now relative to what it was before. So it's going to be great. Very cool.
That was pretty incredible.
All right, this is when science, engineering, and a great purpose, planetary defense, come together, and it makes a magical
and
moment
that's
like this.
what's happening right now. Let's go back to no,
so
they have not reloaded the feed. It's still red.
Happen.
Let's see what happens. Waiting for that.
Team of APL engineers.
Yep. So we're waiting for that feed to be reloaded from NASA. You're looking at an image of Franz Hoek from above in the Western Cape.
Lori, any last words to mark this historic moment?
Oh. We're embarking on a new era of humankind, an era in which we potentially have the capability to protect ourselves from something like a dangerous.
Well, we have to wait and see if it was successful at diverting it. If
what
it was
an
enough
amazing thing. We've
mass
never had
to
that
change
capability
its path.
before.
Thank you so much.
Oh, there's a guy wearing a mask. 2 people wearing masks. 3 people wearing masks. 4 people wearing masks. 5 people wearing masks. Look at that. Suddenly they all put their mask on because they saw the cameras are on.
Wow.
Wow. It's Bubbles.
What an exciting day.
So exciting,
for the
Bubbles.
Team. And in case you're keeping score, humanity 1, asteroids 0.
Wow, we
now,
don't know
I'm
if
here
the
with Nancy
path has been
Chabot,
changed.
DART coordination lead. Nancy, talk about a moment to catch on camera.
Oh, my goodness.
What is going through your head right now?
Oh,
I mean, I'm just thinking, wow, that was amazing, wasn't it? I mean,
Yeah,
those
it was
images,
so
you just
cool.
got
It's
closer
like,
and closer.
oh, wow,
and
Nancy
sort of we've been
Chabot.
planning for this moment. We've been talking about it for years. At APL here, we've been working on this since 2015.
Yeah,
and
and no women or people of color work at NASA. It's all white
I think even then
supremacy.
they
Oh,
exceeded my
gosh.
expectations
There's no
and
women
doing
in
like that.
STEM.
And, you know, it really
You don't
is just
become
a
this
team
48-year-old
accomplishment
woman in
and to
charge
get
of
to
a
this
DART
moment
mission
over
if there's
so
no
many
women in
years.
STEM. She had to be
And I don't
into
have to
STEM
talk
for the
about it
last
as
28
coming
years.
anymore. It's happened now. We have done this.
It's happened, and it is just incredible that as humans, like, we have done this. We did this. And Nancy, do you have anything
let me
you'd like
take a
to
look and
say
see.
to the teams who made tonight possible?
No, there's no change
I mean,
in that
I don't
feed.
need to say anything to the teams because I know everybody like
really
me
sure what's
is really
taking so
proud to
long
be
to
part of
change
this,
that.
right? Proud of this thing
Now,
that's
folks,
been
if you
working
wonder
on
if
for
this
years,
channel's
you know,
shadow
even
banned,
before
9 people are here, and it's only the
internationally,
people who are viewers of
wanted
this
to do
program.
this.
Nobody
People
else is
wanted to
tuned in
take
because
this
NASA has
first
hidden this
step. And then we
broadcast.
finally did.
Yet I can
Partners
find
across the United
Moxnick's
States.
channels with
We
fewer
have
subscribers,
actually,
mine with
28
1,100 people
countries
watching this
represented on
right
our
now.
investigation team of
And they're not even
scientists,
offering
telescopes on
commentary.
all
They're
7
just
continents.
showing the
Everybody
NASA
doing
feed.
their part.
1,100 people watching Global News,
happen.
133,000
I
watching
know
NASA, which is what I would
I'm really
expect.
honored to be on
14,000
this
watching
team, and I know
NASA
other
space
people on the
flight,
team
which
feel the
is
same way.
just using the
As you
NASA
should,
broadcast.
Nancy, and I mean, there's a lot to celebrate here tonight.
There you go. A lot
and
to
so
celebrate.
Now that we
YouTube
have
shadow
confirmed
banning.
impact, can you let us know what's next for this mission?
Well, I mean, I think I'm still taking a moment.
Sure, take a moment, gather yourself in.
Like, this is a big deal, and this was a really hard technology demonstration to hit a small asteroid we've never seen.
Oh, look,
before
it's
and do
Bill
it
Nye, the
in
science
such
guy who's
spectacular
not a
fashion.
scientist.
But I know
This
other
fraud.
scientists on the team, like me,
Not
are
a
already pointing at those
scientist.
images, being like, "Did you
Look
see
at
that
this
boulder?
idiot
Did you see
gets
that
on
slim
there.
area? Did you see the shape? What does
He's
that
not
mean?"
even
And
remotely a
Nisha, too,
scientist. He's an electrical
is, like,
engineer.
flying by right about now. They're close
Yeah,
approach.
flying
Right
Everybody
by
wants a
about
picture with
now.
this
They're
fool.
close
Yeah.
approach, like
Just a
taking
television
images, and
personality,
they're
not a
telescopes
real
here,
scientist.
and in the next day, they're looking at the brightness of the block.
It's a 3-star Air Force channel, or Space Force channel, excuse me.
This is going to go on for weeks, and so there's still a lot of excitement to come, but nothing to take away from this moment.
Yeah, this is just the beginning. It looks like
Why are we getting double
this
feed
is
there?
just the beginning. It looks like everybody is celebrating here in Mission Operations. I think I just saw Bill Nye there.
Okay.
And so
Yeah,
it
now
is
they've
a
just switched over.
huge
It's
day
the
for
same
this
feed now.
team,
They're
but
not longer giving us the feed from the DART. They switched it, so that's why it was double. Sorry for that, folks. Yeah, Bill Nye, the fraudulent science guy.
Kind of the scope of DART's mission, right? It's not just us in the United States that's focusing on this. So can you expand a little on that?
Yeah, I mean, planetary defense is really an international issue. We are all on this planet together, right?
Really?
Yeah. So, and I think it's been so great for
out.
this mission to really support and embrace that international cooperation for planetary defense, so that we can maximize what we learn.
Interesting how the three-star general hangs around like he's a strap hanger there.
This idea came about from international scientists talking to each other, working together.
Of course, it was international. We paid for it. Our tax dollars funded it, but yeah, it's international. Thank you for that.
Building the spacecraft here at APL. But really, scientists around the world are ready to study what did we do to Dimorphos, but more importantly, what does that mean for potentially applying this in the future? I mean, DART really is just the start. It's just the first planetary defense test mission. It was spectacular, and it's accomplished, and we'll figure out how effective it was. That's really what we're going to learn in the next weeks to come. All right, we hit this asteroid. Now, how effective was that at deflecting?
That is exactly the bottom right. She's right about that. That's what we have to find out if we actually were successful
here. Unpackage here. And so we have a special guest who
who's your special guest?
Wondering, more of what's next for this big mission. So let's hear from her now.
Oh, from her, of course.
Hey everyone, I'm Danny Hansen, American Paralympic rower and hydro athlete. And first, I would like to congratulate the entire DART team on crossing the finish line. So congratulations.
What does she have to do with space?
And with that, here's my question.
Oh, it's a question.
Now that DART has impacted, how will you know if the spacecraft has actually changed the asteroid's orbit?
Well, we're going to watch.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I mean,
actually. That's a pretty simple answer for that. Anyway, folks, welcome to the program. I hope you enjoyed that. That was pretty incredible. I was going to go back and replay that, but unfortunately that stream is gone now. Maybe I can get it from here. Let me see. Let me see if I can get back. There it is. Okay, we'll come back in here, and this is where it's pretty close to impacting. All right, we're going to play this portion again very quickly here so you can see the impact. There you go. This was the impact here.
Control system settling down. Angular rates look really good. I think we're going to get the investigation team some good pictures.
Wow.
This was the impact.
Come on, we can do better than
short while ago. Less than a minute to go to impact. We're rewatching the DART cam.
Various rocks on the surface.
Impact. It's amazing, guys. Oh my goodness, look at that. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really don't need her commentary in the control
Looks to me like
room.
We're headed straight in.
Just a bunch of rocks and dust glommed together in space.
Oh my goodness. 8, 7, 6,
wow.
5, 4.
Now,
3,
impact has already happened here, but the camera was 38 seconds behind. Look at that. It looks like freaking gallstone.
Oh, wow.
Awaiting visual confirmation.
Yeah, they have the signal confirmation. That's why they're jumping up and down. They didn't have the camera confirmation until right about now. Now the impact comes. Here it is, folks. There it is, and that's the moment of impact.
And we have impact.
And that was the moment of impact for the DART spacecraft as it ran into the smaller of the two asteroids. Once again, for those tuning in, yeah, it reminds me of what a virus looks like, yeah. This was the mission, the Double Asteroid Redirection Test. The DART mission launched in November of last year, and it went towards this binary asteroid system of Dynamos, which is larger, and Dimorphos, which is the impact target, and they hit that head on with the satellite. We'll see if that impacted. If it did, they'll be able to observe a change in the orbit, and you'll see the lighter blue become the darker blue circle in that image right there, and that's what we have there, folks. So we have the Deputy Director of NASA, because we know there are no women at NASA because women are denied access to STEM. Of course, we know that lie. Over 60% of STEM graduates for the past 22 years have been female in this country with advanced degrees, not male. Men are a dying species as they've been pushed out of this field by lies. But nonetheless, the Deputy Director of NASA is a woman. A shocker, shocker, when women are so denied all opportunity. But let's listen to hear what she's got to say.
That who knows someday could save our home.
Very powerful. Thank you, Pam. Ralph, you were in that mock for the moment of impact. We've seen a lot of major milestones in APL's history in space. We're talking the first flyby of Pluto, the first mission to orbit Mercury, and now the first spacecraft to impact an asteroid. What was the moment like for you in there?
It was incredible to see how so many years of hard work and creativity resulted in a direct hit of Dimorphos was just an adrenaline rush. I'll add that I've been at the lab now for quite a few years, and I've been involved in a lot of missions and achievements, and never before have I been so excited to see a signal go away.
Yeah, well, yeah, usually we don't want the signal to stay.
Ralph, I'm going to give you both a treat right now. We're going to play that replay of impact on our screens right now so we can enjoy it.
Thank you. Here it is. Here's the replay.
Ralph, what does this achievement mean for Johns Hopkins APL? Huge, right?
Oh,
yeah, we don't need to see that. Interesting that less than 3% of the population make up all the people that go on the stage at NASA's JPL and APL. Anyway, this is the Applied Physics Lab in Laurel, Maryland, located about 2 hours south where I'm currently sitting, folks. Congratulations to NASA and its woke team on success. Also, congratulations to NASA for giving the world credit for our mission and what we pay for as U.S. taxpayers in planetary defense. It was interesting. Hope you enjoyed this broadcast, folks. I'm going to wrap it up here, and that's going to be it. The 197,000 people currently watching on NASA's website, 63,000 likes. That's a really good ratio of likes. Shows you people really enjoyed it, so congratulations. It seems very few people really care about how woke NASA is, but we'll see this as the intentional lack of inclusion of white males degrades the quality of NASA's mission over time. They can't rely on their wokeness forever. But anyway, you're all welcome. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you here tomorrow on Chris Wyatt Africa. It's been a pleasure to bring this broadcast to you about this mission. Folks, take care. Thank you very much. I hope you found it interesting. Well done to NASA. An amazing result. Congratulations to them. Cheers, everybody.